Do you have a car? Are you a driver? Are you a learner? Auto Tips will teach you how to be friendly with your car. Tune in 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I am friendly with my car. What about you?
Good morning and welcome to Auto Tips on Rainbow 94.1 FM. My name is Theophilus Ilama. This program comes your way every Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays on your number one station, Rainbow 94.1 FM. And this morning I have Ario over the phone lines with me. Good morning, Aria.
Yeah, Theophilus, good morning. Happy New Week to everyone and Happy New Week to you, sir.
Same to you, Ario. Thank you very much. So today, how's the weekend been, Ario?
Man, as I will confess, I think it's one of the weekends I had time to rest. Like yesterday, after church at home with the family. It's a good experience anyway.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, so today we're going to be talking about wheel alignment and suspension, Ario. So we're going to be talking about it this morning. It's necessary we talk about it. So let's talk about the wheel alignment first of all. Now, talk to us about it. What is the wheel alignment?
Yeah, we need to talk about wheel alignment because we know that it's one of the major things that people have issues with because we know that our vehicle suspension suspends the body of the vehicle, and then to have a better driving experience, it's always very essential that we have our wheels well aligned. All right. Then also, I just need to talk about this because now we need to know that vehicles we have nowadays is not just the toe in, toe out, the basic alignment that our aligner guys normally do. There are quite a number of alignments that is necessary for your vehicle. All right.
Yeah.
So, and then. More about it will be that we have three types of alignment. Okay, we have the toe in, toe out alignment. Yeah, that is the one that, like maybe your mechanics work on your tie rod or work on your steering rack, or basically more on the suspension. Or one is to work around the steering wheel. Needs to do the steering wheel out. All right. Most of the time, that will alter the toe in, toe out. All right, because most of the time, and that is what when we go, we just say I want to do alignment, and that is what the basic guys do. Unlike people that have a computerized wheel balancing and aligning machine. Computerized aligning machine. All right. Yeah. Because the aligning machine can calculate what they call the caster, the camber alignment, not just only toe in, toe out. All right, what do I mean by toe in, toe out? It's just like having your legs, all right, side by side, and then when you say toe in, that means like the front part of your leg, your toe area, is in. All right. And then when you have a toe in, if you drive your vehicle with a toe in, you notice that the vehicle will wear out from the inner part of the tire, especially the front wheel. I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So when you have a toe in, the tires will wear out from the inner part of the tire. And when you have a toe out, that means that, like your toes are outside. Then when you drive your vehicle, then you have your tire will wear out from the outer part of your tire. Then that means that the vehicle suspensions are not well aligned. then you have to go do an alignment. All right. Then also, there are other most suspensions that we have, like around the lower arm or a lining rod, right? There's a way the suspension can also be adjusted. Though not every vehicle do have that, but that's one of those things that have been a time that I had the opportunity to talk to aligners, people that do alignment, train them. So we tell them there are suspension parts too. That when you are doing alignment, that you need to align. All right, but most of the time is when you use like a computerized aligning machine that can actually calculate it for you and tell you that your caster is not at the right degree, and you still need to adjust it. All right, caster. How do you do it? The caster means that, like for instance, you can look at your tire from the side view. Most of the time, the caster tools are always on the front wheel suspension. Yeah. I mean, so the caster aligning needs to do with that. Sometimes the tire can probably shift to the front more or to the back more. All right, so with the caster alignment, then you can actually adjust it to the right degree. All right, because most of the time, what that will give you, it might not really be like a complete tire wear out, but you will not have a proper balancing.
Okay, now the caster alignment you're talking about is for the front wheel, as the left and the right. Yeah, the front suspension. Yes. There's the camber, there's the tail, there's the camber and the tail, all in for the front and the rear view. Out. Yes, toe in, toe out. Yes. Now, so that's for the primary angles. Why is this important?
I mean, can you repeat yourself?
Yeah, I said this ones you've mentioned, the caster for the front and the camber for the front, for the toe as well for the front, and the rear has the camber and the toe. Now I'm asking, why is these angles that you've talked about, why are they very important? The three parameters.
They are very important. They are very important for so many reasons. Number one, to be able to have a long span experience with your tire. I mean, so that the tire will last the time expected. Okay. Because so many times, although we know we have inferior tires out there, but most of the time, sometimes it might be that we don't inflate our tire with the right pressure gauge. Sometimes when you overgauge your tire, then you might have problem with your tire. Might not make it to last as long as it should. When you overinflate or underinflate, you may have the same problem. And also, alignment to also determines the lifespan of your tire. Okay. So so that is one of the major reasons that you need to ensure that you have the right, your tires are well aligned. Then also, most of the time, why I decided to talk about, because I've learned something. Most of the time, when you are driving on a straight road, on a smooth road, and your vehicle tends to swap towards one direction, either the right direction or the left direction. Yes. That tells you that you have alignment issues, you have alignment problems. And most of those, and that's one that has to do with the toe in, toe out. Okay. All right. Then why I just talk about the caster. The caster, sometimes you might have problem with like the vehicle. You notice that the vehicle like on a certain speed, you have some certain vibration. Yeah, or you step on your brake at a certain speed, and then you notice that the vehicle swap towards one direction.
Okay.
So that can happen because if you don't have your caster well, gauged. All right. Then also we have the camber. Okay. The camber talks about like the tires. You notice that we have positive and negative camber. Your tire can be like a bow leg. When you have like a bow leg, you get. When you have like a bow leg, then that means you have a negative camber. When you have like a K leg, then you have like a negative positive camber. Okay. That happens to a lot of suspensions, like all the Pilot so many SUV, right? And then most of the time, what I noticed cause that is the technicians. They don't know that those suspensions, when you want to lose the suspension, they have gauge, they have lines, they have marks on them.
Right.
So some technicians will just go ahead, they will just lose the suspension part, and then now when they want to couple it back, they won't get the right mark. And then to do that, you might need a computerized wheel aligning machine to actually give it, because most of these computerized wheel aligning machine, they have the measurements for almost all the vehicles. So immediately you just put in the model, the year of the vehicle, it gives you the right gauge and the right aligning marks, and then you can just set it to that. And with the infrared on this aligning machine can actually help you and get the right gauge that you need to ascertain what you actually want to get. So, and these are those things and also you know that the camber alignment also will affect your tire, because when your tires have the tires, you have like a bow leg, something of such, the tires will wear out from the edge of the tire, at the outer part of the tire. Then when you have the positive camber, when you have like a K leg, something of such, the tires will wear out at the edge, at the inner part of the tire. And also that will also, make big issues to your tire, because when your tire wear out from one edge, of course, you will not even enjoy a good driving experience. You will not have a good driving experience. How? Because when the tire is not sitting evenly on the road, then you begin to have as if you're, imagine like one riding a horse with a 3 leg instead of a 4 leg.
Yeah.
It to be as if the horse is limping, and that is what one might be experiencing from the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why you need to talk about it.
Okay, so what leads to lack of alignment in your vehicle, your wheel alignment? What leads to that? Because I've seen people who complain.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned that earlier. So many reasons brings about not having the right alignment. Number one, if the technician works on the suspension,
okay,
all right,
okay,
the technician works on the suspension, and then lose quite a number of the suspension parts, and then check the gauge, the aligning gauge before losing them. All right, maybe most of the time when the technician gets done with the vehicle, they need to go do alignment. All right, because the manufacturers have put the right alignment on the suspension. So when you work on them, most of the time the technicians can alter the alignment. Most of the time, from my research, I noticed that's a major cause. Yeah. So then another thing that can alter the alignment of the suspension is when you run into a serious ditch.
These are the soul of Nigeria.
Auto Tips on Rainbow 94.1 FM. Do you have a car? Are you a driver? Are you a learner?